Hi everyone, currently I'm driving my Riviera to a mechanic. I filled up the brake fluid and it got rid of the beep, but I still don't have brakes. So yes, that is correct. I'm currently driving a car on the freeway with pretty much no brakes. It's probably one of the more ballsy things I've done in my life, but you know, I'm not paying for a tow. It's ridiculous, it's bullshit, and I'm just pissed off. So I'm just nursing this thing down the freeway with no brakes. I've just been downshifting the car and hitting the brakes, and I've been able to stop. It's just I need a little more distance and whatnot. I mean, it's not like I have absolutely no brakes whatsoever, but they're just really, really extremely soft. And if pretty much somebody slams on their brakes in front of me, you know, I'm going to rear end them, unfortunately. But I'm keeping a lot of distance. Unfortunately, people are cutting in front of me and shit since I'm going kind of slow, which I don't blame them. They don't know that I don't have brakes, or I have weak brakes, I should say. So from a little more investigation, it looks like that front leak is by where the traction control sensor is, something along those lines. And I guess that's what has been leaking out like crazy is actually brake fluid. So it makes sense that the brake light went on. That's what the deal is there. So, and then, you know, I looked at the brakes and rotors, and I just think it's a good idea to replace the brakes and rotors, and hopefully the guy can just fix the brake line and get that working right. And I'm just going to ignore all the other problems, but I'm definitely not going to mod the car since I saw that oil leaking around the engine. I mean, it just tells me if I modded the car, probably the engine would blow up. So I just want to get the thing so it's actually drivable and usable, and I'm just going to put it through the winter, as long as that's all I need to do to get the car to actually be drivable again. It's just a leak in the brakes and the rotors, and I'm cool with that. You know, that's what the game plan is as of now. So I just thought I would do a little video here of me more or less pampering this car and nursing it to mechanic so I could get the work done on it. Right now my friend is following me in my Camaro. I don't know if you can see him or not, but that's my Camaro behind me. My friend's just following me, and we'll drive that back when we drop this thing off. And I went to the auto parts store, and this is really out of my character, but I just bought the cheapest pads and rotors that they had because the way I am is I'm either 100% into my car, and I do the best I possibly can to make it right and keep it great, but I already pretty much counted this car as a complete and total loss. So because of that, it's just in my mind. I mean, I know it's just in my mind, but to me, this car is a complete loss. It's a complete waste, and I'm just hoping to make it a winter beater, and I'll dump it in spring and take it from there. So since it's a complete loss and waste to me, I'm just going to get the cheapest stuff possible and just get the car roadworthy again. That's the goal. So maybe the fact that the brake fluid's leaking in the area where the traction control is, maybe that has something to do with this traction control light. Maybe it's all connected. I don't know. So we'll find out, but I'm going to make it very clear to this mechanic that I'm not dumping $3,000 into this car just to, make it mechanically decent. I'm not doing it. I mean, for that kind of money, between the $2,800 I paid for it and all the money it would cost to make it right, I just could have bought a much nicer car. So that's why I just see this as a complete waste. So yeah, I'm really disappointed. And my advice to you guys, based on my mistakes and learning experiences, this was my first time buying a car from an elderly person in my life, and it's also the last. Because obviously she did not maintain the car, she didn't change the fluids, she did absolutely nothing but just putt to church and back on Sundays in this car, and she did absolutely no maintenance whatsoever, and basically because of it, this entire car is rotted away into a pile of shit. and it's a shame. It's a complete shame. You know, if she would have kept up on maintenance and stuff like that, you know, this wouldn't be a problem right now. It wouldn't. So just through neglect and probably her not knowing a single thing about cars, unfortunately this car is ruined. It just has a nice shell and a nice interior, but mechanically it's just